Hey everyone, Travis here at the end of BlizzCon 2014, joined by Amaz, Hearthstone caster, streamer, player, etc. Amaz, so good to talk to you. One of my favorite people on the Hearthstone scene. First off, let's talk a little bit about BlizzCon. What was this event like for you, even reaching back to the stuff that we saw last weekend as well?
Wow. I just have to say it's my first BlizzCon ever. I didn't know what to expect. And sitting there throughout the first announcement video, it was just crazy. I was just actually shaking. It was too much to take in. And the crowd was awesome. The atmosphere is great. And of course, the games are just amazing. I didn't expect anything less.
Were there any surprises or anything that you found particularly interesting in the tournament? Maybe decks or players going further than you expected, somebody going out earlier, anything that you did not expect leading into this?
Well, yeah, there are a lot of Hearthstone players like Taylor Celestial, Kaor, Cranish even. They are not really well known outside the tournament scene, and they really did a good showing here in a tournament because invitational tournaments like DreamHack and whatnot. They really limit to the popular streamers or popular players. Open players don't really have a chance. And with BlizzCon, they actually did like an invite system where you can do top 16 at the ladder. We can win a community tournament or something like that. So it's very easy to join, and I'm really glad that they actually were up to par with skill level. And I was really surprised with some of the plays. Some really creative decks, like the OTK Warrior with the Worgen that has charge. Pretty cool.
Do you think that some of these less popular but apparently very good players will see maybe a rise in popularity, interest from the community, more tournament invites? Do you think that this will be good for them?
Oh yeah, it's definitely a start because what viewers and players in general want to see is to follow a storyline, right? They want to cheer for their favorite pros, and yeah, we see a few developing. I'm really glad that Firebat won, and you see his stories are pretty amazing, so it's hard not to like the guy. So yeah, it's definitely a great start, and I foresee a lot of other Hearthstone tournaments being really good in the scene as well.
You mentioned this is your first BlizzCon tournament, or BlizzCon event, actually. Yes.
Yeah.
I was actually here last year for a much smaller Hearthstone event that was here. It is astonishing to me to see how much the Hearthstone scene has grown during that time. Obviously, you have risen higher and higher throughout that time as well. What has this year been like for you overall, and just being part of the Hearthstone scene?
Wow, it's been amazing. I mean, looking back at the first BlizzCon, the Innkeeper's Invitational, you see decks like Paladin, where why would you put Tyrion inside? It's such a slow card, right? People didn't know anything about that until here. It's been a really crazy journey for Hearthstone. For me personally, it was also crazy because when Hearthstone was first announced, I actually went oh, it's a game I really want to play because I was still playing WoW back then. And Blizzard games are just awesome. So I just told all my friends and family to sign up for a beta kit and give it to me when you get one, right? From then on, I played a couple of games, and my friend went oh, you should just stream and just turn on this program and just talk a bit. So from 10 viewers to where I am now, I'm just really happy, really humble, and really fortunate, really, because I guess luck has to do a big part of it. But then I'm also really hardworking. I like to believe I'm really hardworking, right? So yeah, I'm see how far I can go. I'm pretty sure it will last for a while, and people are having fun. I'm having fun. So that's really all that is to it.
I doubt that you would have had the success that you've had if you weren't hardworking. So I have to agree with that. Something interesting that I have seen, there's a lot of unique oddities to the Hearthstone scene in comparison to some of the other esports titles out there. A lot of it is very, very streaming based. As you mentioned, a lot of the personalities and people, some of the better players aren't even really known as well. Another thing that's very interesting to me is that we've seen a lot of people. You recently left Liquid. We have Reynad, who I know has gotten offers from other teams and has decided to do the Tempo Storm thing. It seems like there's a great deal of independence and entrepreneurship in Hearthstone. Why do you think that is that you guys are going off and doing these kind of your own things?
Well, first of all, Hearthstone is really like an entity by its own. It's not not like any others. We have like StarCraft, we have like League or any MOBAs or whatnot. And Hearthstone is just very easily accessible, right? It's a free-to-play game. Anybody can just hop in. And once you play a few games, you go like, oh, I'm pretty good. I can beat the tutorial. And then you hear a first ladder game and go like, wow, people are actually good. So you want to find out more. And then you go to streaming and it's like, okay, I might as well find out some of the best decks or whatnot. And then you find out that, oh, these streamers are actually quite entertaining. You know, whether they're explaining their plays or whether they're doing like funny stuff or like just talking to you. And it's really just something nobody expected, I think. The streaming community really just blown up. So with regards to like people making their own teams, it sounds right because it's not like we're following any special path or like special recipe that big corporations already figured out. And Hearthstone is just really new, and I'm really glad that when I started my team, there were a couple of good players that like shared my vision, and were excited to be on board and just exploring together.
Final question is somewhat of a selfish one. We were talking a little bit about this before, but I've been very excited as somebody. A couple years ago, a lot of the League of Legends stuff moved to Southern California. It was great for me to cover League because I really like that game. I love Hearthstone, love the scene, and I feel like we're starting to see more people maybe start moving to Southern California, especially ESL opening their studio here. Frodan and Raynad are coming to here. You live all the way in Hong Kong. Would you ever consider coming to Southern California? Do you think that do you think I'm even correct at all? Do you think that there's a chance that we're going to see a lot of people start relocating out here and having maybe like team houses or that kind of thing?
Well, I mean, if Southern California is the place to be for esports, it's like the Hollywood for movies or something, then I can definitely see like people relocating here just to do that. For me personally, I've been in Hong Kong for like half my life, the other half being Canada, but then my family's also there, so it's, you know, it might be quite difficult for now. I'm a very family-oriented person, kind of. And Hong Kong is really a nice place to live. Great food, but compared to California, the air is like much better here, much fresher here. I mean, you can actually have a sunset here. Yeah, it's a very close contender for my future prospective places to live.
Have you tried our guacamole? Our guacamole is very good.
I love guacamole. Oh, it's so good. I ordered some tacos in the Mexican restaurant, and it was taco. It says nachos, right? Yeah. And then it was just chips. And I was like, what is this? And then it's like, yeah, these are the chips. And I was about to get pissed off, but then my friend said it was complimentary. Like, they serve chips anyways, right? So, yeah.
Life is good here. I hope to be interviewing you next year at BlizzCon, and you will have either moved to Southern California or you will be planning on it. And hopefully a whole lot of the other Hearthstone guys will too, because I'd love to be able to interview all you guys as much as the League of Legends guys. Thank you so much for the interview, by the way. Do you have anything you want to say to people? Maybe shout out your stream or anything like that, your team?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm Amaz, for the people who don't know. You can follow me at Archon Amaz HS, and I just recently formed a team. We got Firebat, which is the champion of Worlds. Pretty cool. And we got Hosty, he's a pretty good player as well. We are going to be streaming a lot. We're going to be following schedule after BlizzCon. So, yeah, just follow us. You know where to find us. We're all over the place. And for everybody, and Hearthstone is here to stay. It's a very fun game. You should try it out if you haven't. And may the cards be with you.
I like that. That's a great way to end this interview. For everyone else, you can check out the rest of our Hearthstone League, Dota, all esports coverage at ongamers.com.